So this is the first one we're going to be doing.
Hello and welcome back to another one of our videos. It has been a hot minute. Speaking of temperature as well, it has been hot in England. It has been a minute since we have done a Jubilee video. So we are going to go straight into it basically. This one is 6 people with autism.
Autism? There's a T in that word, you know?
I'm not even British, I said that so bad.
Cut.
It is 6 people with autism and 1 fake, and with some experience in the field. I don't know.
You know, I really want to start this video by going like, guess the autistic person and like zoom into your face. But I really think I'll just leave it as is. And maybe you guys can guess between the 2 people on the screen right now who's autistic and who isn't.
Don't look at me like that.
Lol. But today we're going to be doing 6 people with autism versus 1 who's faking it. And I feel like the person who's faking it could actually do a really good job, because autistic people struggle with like reading the room and sometimes understanding like social situations. So someone that could fake it well, but if you're like a high functioning autistic person, they might see through it straight away. So I'm kind of keen to see.
High masking. We use the word high masking.
Oh, masking. Well, you know, as someone who's not as experienced in that field as you are, you know, there's terminology, there's a whole field of it. But I think let's just get straight into the video. We've recently actually hit 300 subscribers, so if you haven't hit that subscribe, like, a comment, go do that.
I can't choose any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be the hardest
even me
thing.
myself. Like it's like I think I'm the mole, honestly.
That's true.
One thing as well, yeah, I know it's only been like a few seconds of the video, but it's not one of those Jubilee videos where you look at the person and can kind of guess. But you know, like, you can't tell with autism based on how they look.
Not by looks, absolutely not. It's when you start talking that you can see
Straight away.
the light.
The light is coming onto them as like, autistic!
No, because girls sense it straight away. If I'm talking to a girl, they sense something's off straight away. It's so strange.
Talk about our disabilities.
I prefer disorder.
Disorder, yeah.
I prefer disability. I don't know. I wouldn't say it's a disorder. I don't know.
No, it's not a disorder.
I feel like disorder sounds so much more rough. A disability does sound very rough as well, but you are disabled in certain aspects in life.
I transitioned to a school for people on the spectrum. Once I graduated middle school and went to that school, I kind of really enjoyed
definitely
where I was
autistic,
at
that
and
one.
everything. It's just taken a while to accept that I have a disorder, but
He sounds it,
reality,
though.
it really does help to know that I do have autism.
I'll say with that guy, like, you could tell he's a bit. I guess with that guy, he was just really good at masking. He already knew, like, okay, I have something a bit different. But to call it a disorder, I don't really agree with, because like it puts such a negative stigma of just being neurodivergent or different, full stop. And that's cool. I like that. That's cool.
Because realistically, I mean, for him, I can hear the monotone in his voice. He doesn't do much of a fluctuation in his voice, and I don't know, the way he speaks just gives me that vibe. But I don't know, I think just like with anything that has labels, people have preferences how they want to label themselves, and that goes with disorder, disability. I prefer the word disability because it just makes, you're literally I don't know, for me, the literal thinking, god damn it, you're disabled from being able to function properly. That's how I see it.
Of being autistic when I was 5, but they hesitated to diagnose me because I was too intelligent.
I mean, that's a compliment right there, being too intelligent.
So
I was diagnosed at the age of 2. I don't see it as a disorder or a disability, because like I like who I am, I like the way I think, and I don't want to change a single thing about myself.
I personally see autism as a disability. I have a master's in disability studies. The medical model of disability inherently says that autism and any other disability is within our own fault. But the social model of disability says that society is the cause of the disability.
I fully agree with that. Because society and the world is not made for the neurodivergent brain. There's too much noise, too much commotion. You need to do too much explaining for when you're trying to explain something very, very simple. When you end up you learn traits to try and explain yourself better and communicate yourself better, but people still don't take on what you're saying or what you're doing, because they still interpret it as if there's underlying meaning behind what you say or what I say, really. So it's weird because I completely agree with Amanda.
Yeah.
Unless there's some I'm completely disagree with whatever, but
Tell that dog to shut up.
He's barking mad.
And, you know, and I was the odd one out. Oh, hey, I just used the name of the... That was fun.
I love doing that in
I
movies.
was, when I was 4 years old, and it's always been a difficult process for me, you know, like basically going up, you know, going to school and everything, you know that people don't perceive me as this normal guy. So I figure if I'm going to be this autistic person, you know, like might as well be the best autistic person that I can be, you know. Always.
Great.
Too.
Yeah.
I went most of my life always knowing that there's something different about me, but I couldn't put my finger on it. The reason why I only got diagnosed this year was because I recently moved to a large metropolitan area that has many resources, and so that was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, because I have access to therapy, and I was finally able to get an answer that I was always looking for.
That seems to be a really common problem.
Especially in females. It is so underdiagnosed in females because when you look at the autism criteria for diagnosis, it is all generally, same with ADHD, based off a child, but a male child. That's what
Really?
a lot of the diagnosis criteria is based off on ADHD and autism. So females present autism and ADHD not extremely differently, but it presents itself in different ways, and not in the stereotypical "I like trains" type of thing that you see everywhere. I find it really fascinating. I mean I read a lot up on about it as well, but yeah.
I think the fixations are a good thing. Like for boys, it's easier if you see them like fixated or like really stimulated by. yeah, exactly. You're a boy, but then like with women or young girls at the time, it's so different. Like if you put the criteria of like, for example, if it was always going to be a boy, like I don't know, like an 8-year-old boy versus like a 22-year-old, 23-year-old girl, that doesn't like align.
It looks
like
different.
But yeah. What you show as symptoms for autism will be so different. Like you fidgeting with the wire right now. that's just you.
I really struggled to be able to come up with the right words to get other kids to want to talk to me, and so I stood out pretty badly, and that continued throughout my entire time in grade school.
So when I was in university, they make us do these psychological studies, because I was studying psychology, and they have different things you can apply for. And I noticed one of them was they were studying autism in women. So I applied, and that was how I got my diagnosis, which was like, I was 21 then. My wife and like one of my friends are actually the only people that know I've been diagnosed. So surprise, family or friends, anyone who's watching. It was like an eye-opener. It was kind of bittersweet because it was like, I'm happy now. I have answers to all things that were going on before that I thought might have been something wrong with me.
There is nothing wrong with you, okay? You're amazing.
I agree with that.
I agree.
Diagnosed when I was a child, but I didn't know I was autistic because, I mean, as a 2, 3, 4-year-old, I mean, I don't know how one even knows what it's supposed to be up with them. So it's definitely hard to speak in a group situation because I can never tell the rules of like how to, like when to talk and when to speak up.
Sounds just like you.
I need to be addressed directly before I start talking, otherwise at a function I'll end up sitting there silent for hours and then occasionally look over and be like, "You good?" I'm like, yeah, I'm just enjoying the vibe.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking to me, so I'm just listening. Oh my
I
god.
feel like it's a more happy place.
What?
Just like you can be in your own world. You don't have to.
No, I'm generally depends. If I want to be social, I can't get myself into the jump in because I feel like I always do it at the wrong time. Always, without fail, to the wrong time when somebody's going through a very deep emotional story, and I'm like,
Anyway, brush that away.
Anyway, I got a tattoo.
Yeah.
Do I see it?
Hey, what about me?
Plus, I've also blocked a lot of my childhood memories from trauma. And, so I lived my whole
I
life
feel
just wondering why I couldn't connect to people.
Can I ask you guys a questions about like what are stimulants? Like, do you guys like chew gum, or do you guys like have anything that you guys do?
Mel's actually chewing gum right now.
Why'd you pick? Okay, to be fair,
I strategically picked this video.
after a long day of work, I'm
Exactly.
tired.
The color pink.
The color pink?
Nice.
Okay.
You're
It's my
wearing pink
favorite
right there.
color in the whole world. My whole room is pink. At home, my bed is pink, my bedspread is pink, and my pillows are pink, and my rug is pink.
That's so
I even
zoo.
have a frame pink picture.
How do you guys feel about the term high functioning?
I don't like it that much. But out of them, the guy in the blue shirt, out of all of them, the guy in the blue jumper gives me the least autistic vibes. Between the two girls in the middle, I've seen them, like, I've been looking at all of them. The blue jumper guy hasn't been fidgeting as much, and he's had the most generic story so far about, oh yeah, it's been hard growing up, knowing you're different. But it's like, okay, bit
You
more
haven't
depth.
given anything
Bit
to.
more in depth. Or one of them might have like ADHD or something, you know, something that's not autism. It'd be something slightly different, one of the diagnosis on the lineup. That's what I think.
Autism is too much of a spectrum. So many people with autism have so many different experiences.
I can't choose any of you guys to be the mole.
This is gonna be the hardest
Even me,
thing.
myself, like, it's like, I think I'm the mole, honestly. Like,
Even the person who's neurotypical might just be an undiagnosed autistic.
Yeah.
You never know that. You never know
Exactly.
that.
I mean, like, damn, all this relates. Wait a second. Huh.
Autism doesn't mean the mole could have like ADHD or OCD
Actual-
Just
and
said that.
anxiety.
and could be overlapping the symptoms.
I'm just so good at this.
The guy that's standing next to the lady in pink, he was saying about how people find it hard to be. People with autism basically find it hard to know when to speak, and especially with social situations. But it's funny when they're all in a social situation together, all like autistic with one mole, or maybe someone else that's like neurodivergent, ADHD, whatever. They can like continue to not do that, and like they can easily converse and like interject each other when they want to. Like here,
My kid has a genetic condition, is not autism, but does manifest behaviorally and neurologically in many ways that are similar to autism. They often see an autistic child, but my kid isn't autistic.
Does autism run in any of your guys' family?
I realized I was autistic because my little half brother, he's like, he's 5 years old. Well, I guess he's 7 now. Whoops, I don't know his age. But like, I see him, I'm like, huh, wasn't I like that when I was a kid? My mom was like, yeah.
Yeah, my dad is an undiagnosed autistic. Sorry, Dad.
this sounds just like your family. This video was well selected by
There's
me, I must
so many
say.
undiagnosed people in my family. Sorry if anybody sees this, but
Hopefully they'll see in the future when everything's
sorry
going
to
well.
break this to you, but there's quite a few in our family that are a little bit neurospicy. I'm just saying, neurodivergent. I
Is that neurospicy?
yeah.
That is a good word. The thing is, you never want to like be the exact copy of your parents. Like a lot of people don't want to be like how their parents are. They want to take some of the good traits, but like when it comes to like neurodivergent stuff, you just can't not take it, or like
Especially
it's a
if
roll
you-
of the dice. Like,
Yeah.
okay, we got a 6 and a 2. Okay, that's what we're playing with today. Like, there's nothing you could change.
Because it's a hereditary thing. So if one of your family members has it, likelihood is it stems from somewhere in your family tree.
Yeah.
So to come back down to you, it is very unlikely that somebody who's diagnosed is the only child in the family who is a bit different.
you're not autistic and like,
Yeah.
or like you have a disability, you're like, this is just me. Like,
Yes.
Do that way.
It's called masking.
I think
Yeah.
I could be
That's
seen
Mel.
as neurotypical passing sometimes because I try to hide as much symptoms as possible.
People that don't have experience with others who have autism, they expect it to stand out, and that's not always the case.
Great.
We don't
so,
really
yeah.
have good representation of
Like,
no, we don't.
What that movie with Dustin Hoffman now, where you being on the spectrum automatically mean you're good at gambling. I wish I was good at gambling or something.
So who's your vote?
My vote's for Darius, the guy in the blue sweatshirt.
See, I'm at a disadvantage here because you're a professional
No, but
autistic. So
I could be very wrong though. It might just
Hmm.
be one of the girls who has ADHD, or is what else is considered neurodivergent? When you can't read stuff.
dyslexic.
Yeah, that's also considered part of.
See,
neurodivergent.
I think I don't even know because it's actually quite hard to guess who the mole. I say mole, it's just not like non-neurodivergent person. But my guess, I'm just gonna go for. I'll go for the guy in red on the far right.
On the count of 3, will the mole please
we
raise
go.
their hand?
I think I'm completely wrong though.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, both wrong. What the hell?
Fair enough.
I must say that comment. She seemed autistic, unless she's an actor.
Nah, I saw more ADHD with her. That's the thing.
True. That.
I should have stuck to my gut.
Yeah. Let's find out actually if she has like neurodivergent symptom trait diagnosis.
I was like, no, it cannot be her. It can't be her.
I never would have guessed.
I actually didn't lie about anything. I just flipped out autism with FASD, and it stands for fetal alcohol spectrum disorder. I was exposed to
I saw during
alcohol
childbirth.
when I was inside my mom in the womb for the first 5 months.
Wow.
And
even though she might not have been autistic, there are a lot of overlaps between autism and many other neurological disabilities.
What differences do you see between people with autism versus...
I actually see a ton of similarities. Autism does run in my family very heavily. My dad has autism, I have a sister that has autism, and I have quite a few cousins who have autism. And I also have quite a few friends who have autism.
So surely she's also...
We're not your first.
The autism community accepts you.
She's sweet.
That honestly, I feel so sorry for her because like that's not something she could have controlled.
She wouldn't have been able to control it anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like if her mum was a bit more responsible, then they could have been in a better situation. But again, it's definitely a hereditary thing because if she's saying like loads of her family are autistic, then the likelihood that she would have been autistic was probably quite high. But it's also the fact like you attract other autistic people. I don't know why autistic people do that, but I know I'm not autistic, but a lot of people in my life or friends growing up were autistic.
Because you accepted them for who they were and you weren't. I feel like you are the type of person who doesn't judge as much because you've got friends that, you've got friends that some other of your friends may not like as much, but you just accept them for who they are.
Yeah, of course.
And you take them as they are. So that because you're not judging them, they accept, you have that mutual connection as friends.
I always found it kind of cool. Like, maybe you might not see your neurodivergency or autism as cool because it's like a hindrance to your ability to live. But like for me, I have one friend that I can just immediately think of. He had like he has a crazy obsession with cars. He was quite brash with some of the things he was saying. Like people weren't like too happy with what he would say or happy with how he behaved or whatever. And I was like, I really like this guy. He just does what he wants or says what he wants, and why the hell should I care in that respect? So I think, I don't know, neurodivergent people are cooler. That's just a fact. But anyway, up top for your autism. Oh. But yeah, that's been one of our first Jubilee videos in quite a while. We haven't actually spent too much time on Jubilee videos, so we'll probably start making a return to those because I like the social style videos. Like one day in the future, it'd be sick if we could start to produce those kind of ones and just make them super random, seek distraction themed, whatever it may be. But Mel, is there anything you want to add from the autistic perspective?
Just be you. Don't be unapologetically
yourself.
You. That's it.
And on that autistic brilliant note, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. We've been Seeking Distractions. As always, I've been Luke.
And I'm Mel.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Have a lovely day, morning, evening, whatever it is. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.